Epidemiology. Or epidemiology. So now we'll see the probability questions that we can expect in ASR Binet 2023 plant pathology. So my name is Anuj Shankar Reddy and I am working as assistant professor in Kasar Best IU Anantapur. So the list of epidemics or epiphytotics in the history of plant pathology now we'll see. So in 1845 and 46, lead blight of potato occurs, that is caused by Phytophthora infestans, happens in Ireland. 1845 to 50, grapes powdery mildew, not downy mildew, powdery mildew caused by Erysipeia necator, uh, happens in Europe. And 1870, coffee rust, Hemilia vastostrix, happens in Sri Lanka. 1878, grapes downy mildew, Plasmapara viticola, France. 1904, coconut lethal yellowing, that is Phytoplasma, Cuba. Chestnut blight, Cryphonecteria parasitica in USA, 1904. 1910, citrus canker, that is caused by Xanthomonas axinopolis pathovaricitri, Asia, Brazil, USA and Africa. 1916 and 17, wheat stem rust, Puccina graminis TTC, USA. 1918, Dutch elm disease, Ophiostoma ulmi, USA and Europe. 1921, banana bunch top virus in New South Wales. 1930, banana sigatoka leaf spot, that is Mycospirilla musicola, South America. 1930, Dutch elm disease, again Ophiostoma ulmi in Europe. 1930 to 50, Panama wilt of banana, that is Fusarium oxysporum pharma species cubensis, Central America. Red rat of sugarcane, 30 to 40, 42 in India, Bihar, UP. 42, brown leaf spot of rice, Helminthosporium varese, India. 46 to 47, wheat stem rust, Puccina graminis TTC, India. 50 to 60, blue mold, that is Peronosporus tabacina, Europe. 1970, southern corn leaf blight, Bipolaris varese, USA. And 1973, apple scab, that is Venturia inaequalis, India. 74 to 78, coffee rust, Hemilia vastostrix, Brazil. And rubber blight, microcyclic ulie, Suriname and South America. And fire blight of apple, Irvinia amylovara, that is North America. Soft of vegetables also, Irvinia keratovara. And these are all the important. Cocoa swollen shoot, that is a virus, Ghana. First report happens in Ghana. Citrus trichiza virus, that is China and Brazil. So these are all some important sudden epidemics that happens in the history. So we may expect some questions like lead blight of potato was epidemic in, or epidemic in the year also important sometimes. So the next one is epidemics happens in India. Sugarcane red rat caused by Calodrotrachum falcatum, Bihar, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, 1938 to 39. So sugarcane red rat is an epidemic in India in between 1938 to 39. And Bengal famine, Bipolaris varese, that is Bengal and Orissa, 42 to 43. And around 1.4 to 4 million people are died because of only Bengal famine, that is due to malnutrition and food starvation, all those things. And wheat stem rust, Puccina graminis TTC. So major wheat growings of India in between 1946 to 47. In between 46 47 starts, and actually starts in 45 and 46 time, ends up to stayed up to 47. And rice bacterial leaf blade, Xanthomonas varese, Pathover varese, Bihar, 1963. Rice tungro and rice blast both are severe and epidemics. Actually, rice blast was reported in India in 1918 and 1919 itself, then Tanjavur district of Tamil Nadu. But it became very severe. Rice tungro and blast become very severe in Tamil Nadu, that is 1985, 87, 1985 to 88, in between this period. So banana bunchy top virus completely wiped out a variety called Virupaksha variety in hills. Virupaksha variety especially grows in hills. So this variety was completely wiped out by this banana bunch top virus. So then the next one is what is the difference between some technical terms here like epidemic, endemic, pandemic, sporadic. These are all important terms. So epidemics, sudden outbreak, epidemic is otherwise called as epipytotic, which means sudden outbreak of a disease in more virulently or severely. Example is wheat stem rust, lead blight, potato, sugarcane, red rot, powdery mildews are comes under this epidemic, sudden outbreak of a disease that happens in a very large area and spread very virulently and severely. And endemic means confined to a particular area or locality. It is present in only particular area or locality. For example, if I tell you something, if it is a Chennai, the disease was confined to only Chennai or Madras. Or if it is a Coimbatore, or if it is a Pondicherry, the disease is confined to only Pondicherry. So this is confined to a particular area or locality. We can see year after year moderate to severe infection. Best example is potato wart or Darjeeling. So potato wart is confined to only Darjeeling district. So this is a district in West Bengal. So this potato wart is only present in Darjeeling district of West Bengal. So next one is a pandemic. Pandemic otherwise called as ubiquitous. Ubiquitous means found everywhere in the world. If you see this pandemic disease, it is the disease will be there in everywhere in the world. So prevalent throughout the country or subcontinent, which means which was there everywhere in the world. Lead blight of potato and coffee rust are the examples. And sporadic, so this actually occurs irregular intervals in irregular localities. It happens very irregularly, like students coming to the classes. Just a joke. Example is udbata of rice, ergot of rice, fusarium wilt of cotton, and angular leaf spot of cucumber. These are all the examples. So now we will see the types of epidemics. What all different types of epidemics are, the pattern and of epidemics are epipitotics. So we can mainly see here three types. So monocyclic, polycyclic, and polyetic. So monocyclic means the pathogen complete their life cycle, entire life cycle in a one cropping season. One cropping season is called monocyclic. The pathogen complete their life cycle in a one cropping season is called monocyclic. So the pathogen, if it is a polycyclic, mono means single, poly means many, right? So the name itself of answer was there, right? So polycyclic, the pathogen which completes many disease cycles in a cropping season is called polycyclic. Polyetic means the pathogen which completes their life cycle, which actually takes more than a year. That's why it's called as polyetic. Monocyclic means the pathogen completes their life cycle in one cropping season. Polycyclic means the pathogen which complete many disease life cycles and many cycles per cropping season. Polyetic means the pathogen which requires more than one cropping season, sorry, more than 1 year to complete their life cycle. So monocyclic diseases produces 0.02 units per day, the rate of inoculum, okay, rate of inoculum 0.02 units per day, whereas polycyclic will produce 0.1 to 0.5 units a day, whereas polyetic produce 0.02 to 2.3 units per day. Here the most dangerous is polycyclic because it produces more amount of inoculum, 0.1 to 0.5 units per day, right? And this is disease curves are very important. Monocyclic diseases, monocyclic pathogens will produce a curve called saturation curve, whereas polycyclic pathogens produce a curve called sigmoid curve or S-shaped curve, whereas polyetic pathogens produce a curve called bimodal curve or bimodal curve. Monocyclic diseases produce a curve saturation curve, polycyclic disease produce a curve sigmoid curve or S-shaped curve, polyetic produce a curve called bimodal curve. So example of monocyclic pathogens are smuts, root rots, and wilts are the example. When it comes to polycyclic, powdery mildew, rust, leaf spots, lead blight of potato, and rice blast are the example. Polyetic means citrus trichia virus, Dutch elm disease, fungal vascular wilts, and mycoplasma yellosis are the examples. So computer stimulation models for the forecasting of plant disease epidemics. So now we'll see what all the different kinds of computer stimulations models are there. So in year after year, there might be, there will be a question from this. So in previous year also, they asked one question regarding this early blight of tomato and potato and something like that they have asked. So epidem is meant for early blight of potato and tomato, which is caused by Alternaria solani. Epime is a forecasting model that is meant for southern cornleaf blight, that is Helminthosporium maydis. Epime and epicorn are meant for southern cornleaf blight, Helminthosporium maydis. Okay. Cercos, blight of celery, that is Cercospora species. Mycos is meant for blight of chrysanthemum. And epiven, it is important, epiven is meant for apple scab. Epiven is meant for apple scab. Epivet is meant for viral disease of potato. Tomcast, early blight of tomato. Yes, this was asked, I think. Epidem, Tomcast, and one more which was given. So they asked like which of the following forecasting model is recommended for early blight of tomato. That is epidem, Tomcast, and one more thing, blight or alternate blight, something like that was given. So we might expect a questions from this. So you guys just please go through. And plasmo meant for downy mildew of grapes, epidemic stripe rust of wheat, epipre cereal rust and aphids, blight cast lead blight of potato and tomato, simcast lead blight of potato, negfry lead blight of potato, plant plus lead blight of potato, indo blight caste that was developed by CPRI, that is lead blight of potato. Jugulsa caste developed by CPRI, lead blight of potato. See here, see blight caste, sim caste, neg fry, plant plus, indo caste and Jugulsa caste all are developed for lead blight of potato only. Indo blight caste and Jugulsa caste, these two are developed by CPRI, okay, Central Potato Research Institute, I think located at Shimla, I think so. And blast L, epiblast, pyricula, pyricularia, leaf blast, pyrnew, blast clast, all are the forecasting model developed for rice blast, that is Pyricularia variegae, Magnum porthuense, SAS strawberry disease, proplant cereal disease, Vegas vegetable diseases. So these are all the few forecasting models. Now we will see the expert systems in used in plant pathology. So the first one is plant DS. That is the plant DS is the first expert system that is developed by USA against 17 soybean diseases. So plant DS is the first expert system developed. So they can also ask like this: which of the following expert system is the first developed expert system, and that can be employed against 17 soybean diseases. Plant DS is employed against 17 soybean diseases developed by USA. This is the first expert system developed in 1983. Okay, POME used to manage insects in apple. It is also first expert system incorporate in decision making process. This is the first expert system incorporated in decision making. Okay, normally first developed expert system is plant DS, but decision making related first developed expert system is POME. So potatoes is meant for early blight and late blight of potato, and Tomex is meant for 37 diseases of tomato. So it contains 78 questions and 87 photographs to diagnose 37 diseases of tomato. And Grenman, greenhouse disease managements, ProPlant expert system used for cereals, potato, sugar beet, and vegetables. And EpiPre, it is a expert system meant for winter wheat. And Axis developed for bulb diseases, flower bulb diseases. Tomex UV meant for tomato diseases, and Sympath 3 Phytophthora infestans, and PSACO developed for 8 diseases and 17 insects, taking biocontrol agents or chemicals or various control measures for especially apple orchards. So these are all the various expert systems. So the next one is we will see what are the alternate hosts and alternative hosts. I think in the previous general plant pathology and mycology videos I was clearly gave description about what is the main difference between alternate and alternative host. Anyway, let me come once again. Alternate host is the host which is not belonging to the same family of primary host. So for example, wheat stem rust, if you take wheat stem rust, primary host or main host is wheat, whereas barberry is the alternate host, right? So barberry is not belonging to the family of wheat, right? That's why it's called as alternate host. If the secondary host is belonging to the same family, it is called as alternative host, otherwise called as collateral host. Let me give some examples. Wheat stem rust, Cassala Puccina gramineous, main host is wheat, alternative host is barberry, whereas barberry and wheat is not belonging to the same family. So the scientific name of barberry is Barberries vulgaris. So brown rust or orange rust, Puccina regardita or Puccina triticina, main host is wheat, second is alternate host is Thalictrum species or Isopyron, Thalictrum flavum. Sorghum rust, Puccinia purpurea, sorghum is the main host. Sleeping beauty, otherwise called as creeping wood sorrel, scientific name is Oxalis carniculata. Kambu rust, Puccinia penicillin, main host is a kambu, alternate host is brinjal, which is caused by, which is the scientific name is Solanum species. White pine blister blast, Coronium rubicula pathogen. And main host is a currant, and alternate host is a pinus. Cedar apple rust, Gymnosporangium juniper virginane, and main host is cedar, and alternate host is apple Malus domesticus. Now we will see about collateral host. As I told you all the differences. The main host, the collateral host is a host which is belonging to the same family of a main host. That's what called as collateral host, otherwise called as alternative, not alternate, alternative host. ALTERNATIV, alternative. So we will see downy mildew or green ear, Sclerospora graminicola, brinjal or kambu or pale millet is the main host, Echinocola or Panicum repens is the collateral host. Leaf shredding, Pernosclerospora sorghum, sorghum is the main host, and collateral host is Heteropogon controllers, and bacterial leaf blight of rice, which is caused by Xanthomonas varaceae, Pathovar varaceae. Rice is the main host, and Lersia hexandra is the collateral host. bendy yellow vein mosaic virus, which is main host is bendy, and collateral host is hibiscus tetraphilus. So this is all about alternate and collateral hosts. So now we will see different kinds of medium used in transmission of plant pathogens. So if the plant pathogens are spread through water, it is called hydrochory. If the plant pathogens are spread through wind, it is called anemochory. If the plant pathogens are spreading through insects, it is called entomochory. If the animals are spreading through, if the plant pathogens are spreading through animals, it is called zoochory. If pathogens are spreading through a man, it is called anthropochory. So water means hydrochory. Examples are Irvinia amylovora, Xanthomonas campestris, Xanthomonas malvacearum, Plasmodiopora brassicae, Phytophthora infestans. These are all the various pathogens, important pathogens that normally used to spread through water. When it comes to wind, Puccinia graminestritis, Helminthosporium alternaria, and Istulagotritis. And insect, entomochory, that is Irvinia trachyphylla, Irvinia amylovora, Mysis persicae, and Xanthomonas tivatis, Cetrostomella gulmi. These are all the various pathogens that usually used to spread through insects. When it comes to animals, it is zoochory and Trimates radicola, strawberry latent ring spot, and Arabidis mosaic virus, and grape fan leaf virus. These are all the various viruses spread through animals. Man, Phytophthora infestans, Anserina necator, Plasmopara viticola, Xanthomonas campestris, and Pathovar, Xanthomonas axinopodis, Pathovar citri. So these are all the various modes or medium which is used actually used in dissemination or transmission of plant pathogens. And other concepts that we need to concentrate on epidemiology is the disease triangle. So disease triangle, which means we know very well that pathogen, host, and environment will be there in disease triangle. The host should be susceptible, pathogen should be virulent, and the environment should be favorable to the pathogen. Then only the disease will come, right? So the concept of disease triangle was given by J.E. van der Planck. J.E. van der Planck. He is considered as father of plant disease epidemiology. J.E. van der Planck is considered as father of plant disease epidemiology. It's a very important because I have seen this question in many places before. So let me tell you some other important factors about this this man J.E. van der Planck, and he's the only one who gave the concept of vertical and horizontal resistance, and also gave the term vertifolia effect. Vertifolia effect means loss of horizontal resistance while breeding for vertical resistance is called vertifolia effect. And he also wrote many books, but I will tell you only one important book, that is Plant Disease Epidemics and Control, that was released in 1963. And he also gave the concepts are protein for protein hypothesis, strong gene and weak gene hypothesis. As I told you, the disease triangle, all these things was given by J.E. van der Planck. He is considered father of plant disease epidemiology. Now AUDPC is also given by J.E. van der Planck only. AUDPC means area under disease progress curve. So now the next one is boom and bust cycle. So the boom and bust cycle was given by Priestley. Priestley in 1970, he is the one who gave the concept of boom and bust cycle. So I hope it will be okay because I'm not explaining the concepts because the time is running up, right? So the next one is vertifolia effect. So the concept of vertifolia effect is also given by J.E. van der Planck only. Now I will tell you what is vertifolia effect. Loss of horizontal resistance while breeding for vertical resistance is called as vertifolia effect. Next one is the vertical and horizontal resistance. As I told you, vertical and horizontal resistance also given by J.E. van der Planck. Now I will tell you what is vertical resistance. So the resistance is governed by presence of one gene or very few number of genes, but it provides a complete resistance against few number of pathogens. Vertical resistance is the resistance. It provide complete resistance against few number of pathogens, whereas horizontal resistance is the resistance. It provides partial resistance or moderate resistance, but it operates against a wide range of pathogens. It's called horizontal resistance, and the concept was given by J. van der Planck only. And the gene for gene hypothesis, it is a very important in the previous year question papers also. This question was like about this gene for gene hypothesis. There must be a one question from gene for gene hypothesis. The gene for gene hypothesis concept was given by H.H. Flor, Henry Harold Flor, in 1946. He worked on this gene for gene hypothesis and linseed rust, that is Linum mysorens, and it produces a crust-like teleospore. Linemysorens are, crust-like teleospore is produced by, this is Linseedrus pathogen, that is Linemysorens or Linemystatinum. And when it comes to the concept of gene for gene hypothesis, for every resistant gene in the host, there must be a corresponding and avirulence gene in the pathogen. That is gene for gene hypothesis, that was given by H.H. Flor in 1946. And Indian stem rest rules was given by Nagarajan and Singh in 1975. Nagarajan and Singh, Indian stem rest rules was given by Nagarajan and Singh in 1975. When it comes to Puccinia pathway, Nagarajan and Joshi, this is also very very important, 1980. So here Nagarajan is considered as father of plant disease epidemiology in India. In world level, J. van der Planck is considered father of plant disease epidemiology. When it comes to India, Nagarajan is considered as father of plant disease epidemiology in India. So Indian stem rest rules was given by Nagarajan and Singh in 75, whereas Puccinia pathway was given by Nagarajan and Joshi in 1980. Dutch rules. So these are all the some kind of rules that is especially recommended, or formulated for lead blight of potato. Dutch rules are Beement period. All these things are especially meant for lead blight of potato only. And when it comes to Mills rules, these are all the specific rules that is especially meant for apple scab. So they have certain set of rules. So if the environmental conditions are, all these things are obeying these rules, there might be a chance of occurrence of disease. So these are all the how the Dutch rules and Mills rules will work. So these are all the probability topics that we can expect from plant disease epidemiology. Hope it will be useful. Stay geeky, stay tuned. We are Team Geeky Researchers.